Now, if we can't curse animals, we're not allowed to use foul language or ask for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's curse upon the animal. What do you think about human beings? And on top of that, our own children. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I wanted to share something that I was thinking about today. And that is, when we talk to our children, we should be very cautious. They are very young, they're developing, their self-esteem is still not formed. The things that we say to them about them really do affect them. If we tell them when we get angry, you're never going to amount to anything, or what's wrong with you, or you're really dumb, or all of these things that really put them down, it really has an effect on them. And when they grow up, it's definitely going to show. They're going to have low self-esteem. They're going to think that they're worthless. How can we expect our children to become successful when we're always disparaging them, when we're talking really low to them? And it even goes to such an extent that we might even curse them. We might even say bad words to them. We don't realize this. And of course, we love our children and we want them to do really well. But when we curse them, we are told that it has an effect. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was once traveling in the hadith, and it's recorded in Sahih Muslim, that a lady amongst the Ansar was with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam traveling with the Sahaba, and she had a camel. She was riding a camel, and all of her accessories and her baggage was on the camel as well. The camel growled out loud. It made a loud noise. So she cursed the camel. And in one hadith, it states that she said, Allahumma al'anha, oh Allah, curse it. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam heard this, he said, tell her to get off of the camel, take all of her supplies off of that camel. That camel is not allowed to travel with us. And the narrator of the hadith says that I can still remember her. She was walking by herself and no one would allow her to ride with them. This was a type of lesson from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaching us that we cannot curse animals. Now, if we can't curse animals, we're not allowed to use foul language or ask for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's curse upon the animal. What do you think about human beings? And on top of that, our own children. When we speak bad about them, when we are telling them that they're worthless, when we are putting them down because they failed in some matter. And then on top of that, if we ever say that you'll never amount to anything, you're useless, you're worthless. In another hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us when a person curses another person, they say that, may Allah harm this person, or nothing good is going to happen to you, or you're such an idiot, etc., etc. All of these different phrases, these are curses, if you will. That statement goes upward, it goes to the heavens. And then it finds the doors of the heavens closed for it, because it's such a negative statement. It'll come back down onto the earth, and it'll go right and left. It will seek the person that was cursed. If that person is worthy of that curse, it will affect that person. If not, it'll keep seeking people, and it'll come back to the person who said it and affect that person. So when we speak bad about a person, when we say negative things, when we use profanity against our own children, the same applies. This is, in effect, a type of dua, whether you mean it or not. The hadith doesn't say that, when a person is sincere or means it. Especially when we say these things out of anger, we do actually mean it for that brief moment. Of course, in the long run, we would never want that for our own children. So then, if our children actually deserve that curse, and likely when they have made a mistake and we say something bad to them, they have done that thing that deserved that statement, but we shouldn't be saying that. So then it'll affect them. So how can we expect our children to become great individuals, to become doctors and engineers and great professionals, when we're always putting them down? When we don't teach them life skills? When we're there just making them feel negative about themselves? They'll never have the confidence to do anything good. So I really hope that we can solve this and change our language. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He says, بِئْسَ الْإِسْمُ الْفُسُوقُ بَعْدَ الْإِيمَانِ. How negative is it that a Muslim, a mu'min, someone who has iman, speaks of something that is not good? speaks negatively. لا يحب الله الجهر بالسوء من القول إلا من ظلم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't like when people speak negatively, except for the one who has been oppressed and they can express what they're going through. They can go to someone who can help them. Other than that, we're not allowed to speak negatively, especially to our own family members. And usually they are the ones who are being affected by our negative speech. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guidance and the tawfiq for us to change ourselves.